looking at that at all, of course, but it means that eyes of spectators can turn to the track just for a few minutes. On the outside, Tamara Clark, the USA, 21.98, and still didn't make the American team, fourth in their trials. Shaunae Uibo, well, she was beaten by Sherika Jackson the other night in Hungary. I think probably a bit of a surprise to her. Jackson in incredible form, the medalist behind Uibo in 2016 in the 400, now concentrating on the 100 and the 200. And Uibo herself looking still, we're not quite 100% sure. Will she just run the 400? Will she take on the double? We think Shelly and Fraser Price will be doubling up, of course, 100 and 200 in Tokyo. Talu herself, fourth on both occasions 5 years ago. And we have to say 5 years ago at the Olympics now. And it looks as though, to be honest, she's heading for perhaps one of the minor places, but she'll be trying to prove that wrong. Okekbare still absolutely flying, perhaps a little better at the 100 meters, under 11 seconds again during the week. 200 just hovering around the 22 flat mark. US-based Nigerian. And then Kambunji from Switzerland, bronze medalist in Doha at this event. Dina Asher-Smith, she'll be in the next Diamond League in Gateshead in a few days' time. And then Desira Bryant, sixth in the American Olympic trials. So 7 women, lane 1 is empty. Shaunae Uibo, the Olympic 400-meter champion, against the Olympic 100-meter champion, a multiple world champion, and in the sort of form that many people would not have expected to see the 34-year-old in. Uibo, yes. And for her, of course, the 400, by no means a foregone conclusion. Will she still consider doubling up? It would mean her having to run 2 races in the same day. First round of the 400 on the morning of the final of the 200. Perhaps more of that later. Uibo in lane 7, towers over Shelly and Fraser Price, of course, in terms of height. But at this event, the two very well matched. Uibo actually gets out, not too bad at all, but Shelly and Fraser Price has already taken a couple of meters out of her. And Talu started very quickly as well in lane 5, and Uibo's got a lot of work to do to get back on terms, but she will charge down the home straight. Shelly and Fraser Price and Talu have the lead, but here comes Uibo. Shelly and Fraser Price in a scrap with Talu, who takes the lead, but it's going to be Uibo, perhaps. No! Or did she? Tim's saying yes. She needed a lean at the end there, didn't she? She really did need a little lean. I think she just about got it. Not by much. Not the quickest of times. We don't always get super fast times here. But those two went off so hard, Shelly and Fraser Price and Talu. I don't know whether they just ran the legs out of each other. I was a little surprised that Shelly and Fraser Price couldn't hold Talu. And indeed, neither of them could hang on to Uibo when she charged down the last 20-30 meters.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fraser Price has improved at 200 this year, and she and Talu very similar in build, but Uibo unwinds those long legs for the full 200 meters, doesn't she? Really uses the last 50, keeps coming. She knows they will slow. She knows she can keep running hard as a 400-meter runner. She's got that strength, that endurance, and boy, does she use it. And not too soon did she reach the end of the track, or the end of the line. She wins by 2/100ths of a second. And actually, Steve, Talu given second place.
Yep, not much in it at all in the end. She didn't feel as though she needed a lean, just used her momentum. But that cut it very fine. 2/100ths of a second. There you go. Not the quickest of races, it has to be said, with a slight following wind as well. And some fairly slow times behind, the likes of Kambunji and Okekbare. But Uibo will be delighted to have come away with a win there.
Well, to the men's high jump, where Prod Singh